What's up, guys, and how you doing? Marcel, that was awesome. Tops of tips for everyone, for sure. I want to try something so bad with a crowd, and this is something that I wanted to do for a big while, so I need everyone in silence, and you can have anything in your hands for a second. You want to help me out here, okay? We're all going to crackle or crack our knuckles at the same time, okay? I want to see what this goes. So I will go like 3, 2, 1, then we all crack at the same time. Are we all ready? I hope everyone helps me out here. Come on, guys. I want it to be loud. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, good. And actually, I'll begin with a little story. That sound actually reminded me of this little dance that I was doing in the Nepalese mountains when I went to Mount Everest, and that was just me doing a nice dance after 7 days of trekking in Nepal. And what does this have to do with marketing, most of you might be saying? Actually, not very far from this spot, it's the usual picture that you see of base camp with like the Nepalese flags. And there is a huge crowd of people normally going to take this selfie, obviously for the grams. And while I was doing the line, I've been super tired after 7 days of doing the trek. Yeah, I did and took the nice selfie of the flags of Nepal on the famous base camp. But then I saw my guide, like not even caring about obviously all the tourists that were going to base camp. But then I just saw him like walking on the other side. I'm like, all right, where is this guy going? So I took my picture quickly, and then I turned left, and then I saw this spot. I'm like, what the hell? And I mean, there's hundreds of people like doing Everest Base Camp every day, and nobody comes to this spot. When I came back to the hotel, like we were all sharing pictures and stuff, and I was telling people, hey, do you guys see the awesome glacier like by Base Camp? And everybody's like, what? No, nobody saw it. And so that is probably my first very good recommendation of marketing. Definitely try to stop doing what everybody's doing. And this is something that I see most people that are starting out, or even like a lot of small business, they're just copying everyone. In the last couple of years, a lot of my friends have become coaches, and I think that's awesome. I think a lot of them have a lot to share with the world. But unfortunately, my Facebook ads sometimes look like this, where like pretty much all of them look the same. I even saw, I tried to Google it, and there's actually like some kind of formula where like you were supposed to start with a question, then your intent, then an offer. And then I was looking, man, like all of the same thing, like seriously. So be different, it's what you have to do. It's hard, I know, and then you say, okay, so what do I do? And that's where you have to like get your thinking cap on and start thinking, okay, what can I do different? Why can I start doing different? And actually, I wish there was a formula, a mathematical formula. Now I know there's one for sex, which Vicky and I hopefully are trying to test out real soon. But yeah, unfortunately, there's no magic mathematical formula for creating great ads or marketing overall, other than put yourself out there, make stuff, and be freaking patient. That's the biggest one. Most people see the success of like, I mean, in the coaching world, of course, the Tim Ferriss of the world and stuff like that, but nobody sees the process. Like it takes years, you know. The first really good marketing resource I want to share with you guys, it's the marketing school. And if anybody's into marketing, or you even Google anything marketing related, Neil Patel, he's probably like one of the biggest names in online marketing, and he's just freaking amazing. This guy's been posting on a podcast daily since 2016. And he's everywhere. He's like YouTube videos, podcast, blogs. That's what it takes. If you want to learn more about like marketing in general, I'm a biggest fan of Seth Godin. A lot of you probably know him. This is the most impressive. He's been daily blogging since 2002, and I like fact checked him because I've heard this all the time. I went back. He hasn't missed not one day. Not one freaking day he's been blogging. A lot of times it's just one small paragraph, but still, there it is, date and blog post. That's what it takes. Tim Ferriss, we all know it, the 4-hour work week. Back then when he had hair, you know, he was blogging for a long time before he became famous. And just to give you a couple of other samples closer to us, our best German teacher, Anya, is she in the room somewhere? Yeah. There you go. You know, she's got like probably one of the coolest lifestyle business I know from like people we know. But she's been posting regularly since 2014. She's got over 350 videos uploaded to YouTube. Johnny FD, some of you might know him, a pretty cool nomad guy as well. I've been following his YouTube channel. He's been posting since 2009. And as you can see on the bottom graph, for like 8 years, there was nothing, no engagement whatsoever. Like nobody was watching his videos. And he was still like daily posting or like, you know, like very frequently posting. And then out of the sudden, there's this really famous travel blogger, the Bald and Bankrupt. If you guys have ever seen that, it's a super cool channel. And then I was watching his video, I was like, oh shit, is that Johnny FD with Bald and Bankrupt? And they were like hanging out in the Ukraine, and then his channel just exploded like in the last year. So that just tells you like, just be persistent and keep making good content. I'll put a little sample of myself. Vic and I, we have a travel YouTube channel that we open up for just fun, and same thing, we've been posting for since 2014. Nobody really watched the videos. Within the last year, a lot of people started watching it, and now it's making like a nice side income as well. So there's that. So once you are ready to put yourself out there and make good content and try to be patient, then we all do need a plan. As Marcel explained it, I love the picture actually of the big plan in the floor. Not a lot of people go to that much travel. But most entrepreneurs that I talk to, they barely have any plans. They're like, yeah, I want to grow my company. I want to have a better marketing strategy. And then I ask like, oh yeah, what's cool? That's what your plan? No, maybe I'll try some Facebook ads. Maybe I'll start a YouTube channel, but like no clear plan. That picture that I saw from Marcel of the plan on the floor, very impressive. I haven't seen many people do that. But if you want to do it maybe on a cleaner form, marketplan.io, it's a great website and tool to lay out your marketing plan. They have some free plans, some premium ones as well. But as you can see, you can pretty much start tracking and creating. So there's millions of things that you can do for online marketing. And what I always tell people is try to focus on one. Then once you are successful on that one, then start thinking about your next step. I see a lot of people trying to grow a Pinterest channel, a YouTube channel, blogging. I mean, if you have a big marketing team, yeah, maybe that could be cool. But like if it's just a small team or one person, believe me, it's impossible to do it. So try to stick with one channel, get success on that channel, then start thinking to move into the second channel and so on. I wish we had like way more time to go into like each one of the different channels and hacks and tools for that. I'll be touching on some of the most important ones that I think are very great. But then again, if you guys want to take note of marketplan.io, it's a really good tool to visualize your marketing strategy. Then once you start working on a plan, what I tell people is to create a marketing persona. And this marketing persona needs to be very real, very factual. Most people start creating ads or landing pages for no one, or pretty much for themselves, and no one cares what you think. You really should start thinking, who is your ideal client? And the way I describe it is like really think, like put a name. Where do they live? What restaurants do they like? How much money do they make? All of these things. And obviously, most businesses will probably have to create different personas. And based on these, then you can target all of your marketing to these people specifically. So next time you are running Facebook ads, maybe you're marketing towards Mark. And the way you will talk to a 22-year-old who's probably in college, it will be a lot different than to Maggie, that's, you know, a homestay mom that's making a lot more money. So try to make a persona, or at least a couple of personas for your business. Put a name, put a face on your mind on who you're talking to, who you're designing to, and who are you targeting your marketing towards. Then once you have a marketing persona, then we can start looking at some marketing hacks and tools that I use very often. One of the biggest things with marketing, obviously, I've said a couple of times already, is content. On SEO specifically, content is king, is what most people will tell you. With YouTube, with everything, you will need lots and lots of content, which is why obviously copywriters are very hot commodity right now. But if you are starting out and you don't have the budget or you don't have that much time to write the content yourself, I found a really cool automation tool which is called Writer. I did a little clip here on how it automatically creates a blog post. I started to put like how to generate passive income as a digital nomad, and as you can see live, it will like automatically like start writing stuff. Obviously, it's not 100%, correct, but it will give you a great basis for you to go ahead and start writing on top of it. Believe it or not, every time I use it, I'm like super impressed. Sometimes I'm like barely have to make any changes. I don't use some of my copywriters as often as I used to for some things, but it's definitely a great tool that I highly recommend. If you are trying to increase a YouTube channel or start a YouTube channel, apparently it's very popular nowadays that people want to become YouTubers, as myself, side business do as well. There's a really cool tool that is called Social Blade, and it will give you a lot of insights into YouTube, okay? You can put any kind of niche or you can put any channel and it will give you very detailed insights, analytics, and everything else about the other channels. For the people that were looking for some business ideas, here is one that if you wanted to do it, I've seen it many times over in YouTube. Obviously, if you have a business, this is something that you can use, but like if you were looking just for like a side hustle, you could literally like go to Writer or like go to Social Blade first, do a little bit of research on niches that you're interested on, then you can see how much these channels are making. They give you like an estimate on the monthly budget. So I saw like this Animal Tube, that TV, whatever, they're making like $2,500 a month. And I checked these videos and they are all done just what I'm about to explain to you guys. So what you do, you go to Writer and you put a topic. Let's say you want to do a YouTube channel about cute cats, whatever. You will do, okay, best breeds of cats for an apartment living. Writer will create an article for you. Then you get that article and find a text-to-voice app. You'll be surprised how natural some of these voices are nowadays. A lot of the videos and actually podcasts that I think we listen to nowadays are probably auto-generated and we don't even notice. They sound so real. Then you go to Storyblocks, which is a free royalty video website. Grab a bunch of videos and boom, you have a video. I've seen so many big channels and there's no one behind them. It's just automated copy, audio, and videos. And that's a little side business if anybody wants to take on that. Marketing-wise, to me, spying on your competition is one of the most successful tactics. So I will share some of the tools that I use to spy on my competition websites for clients. For PPC, SpyFu is the most well-known one. Some of these websites, they always have like premium packages, but you'll be surprised how much you can get off the free packages. So let's say, for example, you have or you want to start a social media management agency, and you could do the steps that Marcel explained really well. But once you get to the marketing and you want to do the PPC, you could go out and try to find which are the best keywords and then the best copy and test it. And obviously, you should always keep testing. But why not? Sometimes what you could do is just go one step further and just look at what the competition is doing. So for example, I Googled social media management agency and I looked at the first company, it's called tinybull.com. I went on SpyFu and did a search, and they're now spending about $10K in AdWords. So you can see the graph within the last 7 months. They've just been increasingly adding more ad budgets. So as Marcel just explained, you can see that obviously if you are turning a profit, you most likely will start increasing your ad spend. So that gives me a really good reason to believe that their ads are actually very effective. Then you will actually get to see all of their keywords that they're using and the ad copy, and they will even tell you which ones have the best conversion. I'm not saying that you should just go copy and paste, obviously. You need to be creative, but this will give you a really good basis for knowing what the competition is doing, how much their ad spend is, so it gives you a very good basis for your own business. In terms of SEO, I'm a huge fan of SEO. Normally what I recommend most entrepreneurs is to always begin your SEO and PPC at the same time. And normally what will happen is you will start to spend more on PPC because SEO definitely takes some time to pick up. And depending on the niche that you're on, it could be anywhere from a couple of months to a couple of years. But ideally, once you get organic rankings, then you could either decrease your ad spend, or if it's working and converting really well, just double down on both. For SEO, the two biggest tools that I use is SEMrush and Ahrefs. And same thing that I did, for example, for social media management company. I love affiliate sites as well because I believe they're an awesome lifestyle business as well. So I did a quick search, for example, for like best elastic bands for exercise. They're very popular nowadays. And on SEMrush, it will give you, so what I did is I found like the top 3 or 4 brands. Then I started like researching, and I found this one that's doing great content and doing really well actually. As you can see, they're probably making around 10K a month off of affiliate sales, verywellfit.com. So on SEMrush, it will give you literally all the keywords that they're ranking for. So if you have a competitor that you want to check what they're ranking for, you go on SEMrush or Ahrefs, you put their domain, you will literally get a list of the keywords that they're ranking for, and they have a lot of tools so you can see how competitive these keywords are, how much traffic they're driving. And actually, as most of you know, if you've done SEO in the past, what you'll need to rank higher are links, and links are always one of the hardest things to get for your SEO campaigns. On SEMrush, you could literally go to the domain of your competition and see where their links are coming from. 50% of the time, these are websites where you can actually get a link from yourself as well. Obviously, a lot of them are just press releases or blogs where you can post, but a lot of them will have like a comment section or a submit a link, and you can pretty much start building really good links based on the links that your competition is building. This is not related to marketing 100%, but this is just another business idea, something that I'm very passionate again, that it comes to passive income investing. And a strategy that you can do if you are an affiliate marketing, or if you apply some of the techniques that I just showed you with like Ahrefs, what you could do is there are tons of marketplaces that sell lifestyle business. So, or for other people that wanted to like jumpstart their lifestyle business and they don't want to start one from scratch, you could literally go to one of these websites. Empire Flippers, it's probably my favorite one, where they have tons of affiliate sites for sale, display advertising, Amazon FBA sites, and you could literally buy them. It's been insane because so when I started following this market about like 3 years ago, the valuations for these sites, they were about 20x per month. So it means if a site is making around $1,000 per month, then they will sell for 20K. And nowadays, with all the valuations of all assets going up, I've seen valuations going up as far as like 40. As you can see, some of these are valuations up as high as like 50x their monthly revenue. What I've done in the past with a site and what I recommend, and I've seen a lot of people have really good success with this strategy, is actually on Flippa, there are a lot of people that will sell their websites at a lower cost because Flippa doesn't do kind of like the due diligence for you to buy the website. So you will have to do your own due diligence, and you can use like SEMrush or Ahrefs to look at their backlinking profile and how many hits they're getting. But what you could do is literally buy a website on Flippa at a discount, then go on to SEMrush and Ahrefs, and then use tools like Writer to create more content, make it better, and then you could actually flip it on either Empire Flippers, or there's another big one that's FE International. And this is a really good strategy that I've seen people do. I've done it myself, where you grab a cheaper site that's smaller, you build it up, and then you resell it. Or if you want to keep it as a lifestyle business, if it's making a good side income, then you could just do that. For email, one of the tools that I've been using lately and I really love, it's called Lemlist. There's tons of tools of there, of course, MailChimp and everything else. Why I like Lemlist so much, especially for people that are just starting out, there's something that's called email warming. What happens is when you create a new domain or you have a new email address, if you haven't been using this email address for a long time, when you send marketing emails, most likely you're gonna end up in the spam box, okay? So if you use MailChimp and you have a very new email, most likely you'll go into Gmail's and Yahoo's spam folder. So what Lemlist has is this feature called Limworm, where a network of people that are in this software, you will start sending random emails, and they do this automatically to all of their users. And they ask all of the users to not put this email on the trash or the spam folder. So that tells all the email providers that this is a good email address. So within a couple of days, if you have like a brand new domain or brand new email, you could use Limlist to start sending emails to whatever list you have, and most likely not end up in the spam folder, okay? Then obviously it all comes down to psychology for marketing. So I'm just gonna share some simple psychology marketing techniques that you can use in some of your campaigns. Obviously price is the biggest one, and this is the one that you've seen in most places. Obviously all the e-commerce sites use it, Amazon, where you see the price scratched. So product is going for $2.99, they put $3.50, but in reality, it was the actual price if you check on other websites. Most people, it's funny, they don't even dare to check in too many different websites, so they will just take your discount for a fact. Urgency, a site that a lot of us are very used to, Booking.com, they use all of the tricks in the book. Urgency, I'm sure you've seen it on Booking site, where they're like, somebody's been looking at your room and there's only 3 rooms left, so act now. Same thing as loss aversion. Most people feel a bigger fear of loss than from gaining something, so people don't want to miss out, what we call FOMO nowadays. So as you can see it, obviously on Booking as well, it's like, your dates are super popular, book in the next 15 minutes, otherwise you probably will have to sleep in the streets in Playa. If you want to automate some of these processes, there is the software that is called Proof, and you guys will probably seen this in a lot of websites, where there's a little pop-up bar in the bottom that says, hey, 15 people just bought this product, 20 people are looking at this website. So you could literally just install Proof on your website, and they will take care of a lot of these psychology tactics for you, especially the one for loss aversion, where like the pop-ups come up. If you're interested in learning more about psychology marketing, I really recommend the How Customers Think. It's a great book if you want to learn more on that subject. Then one of the really good things that I tell people is, once you have all of your marketing in place, is what's the next step? Then start moving from selling products to selling experiences. This is where bigger brands will go all of their way to make sure that the customer experience becomes their marketing. And we see many things, from shipping to customer service, where that's the best marketing, because at the end of the day, relationships and what people tell the stories about your brand is, at the end of the day, the best marketing, because you don't For one, you don't have to pay for it, and second of all, you will start getting more and more loyal customers that just keep coming back to the brand that they love. And then if you make it to this point in your marketing strategy for your business, then you have to just automate and scale. There are lots of really good automation softwares. One that I recommend for small business are either ActiveCampaign or Autopilot. And as you can see on the pie chart here, you can pretty much automate the entire process that I just described, from putting up a landing page, then you put the entire funnel of, okay, what happens if someone stays on the website for more than 5 minutes, then they will go to the email sequence. If they don't reply to the email sequence, then I'm gonna tag them with a cookie on their browser and do remarketing ads on Facebook. Again, I wish I had more time to explain all of these in detail. Obviously, if you have any questions, let me know. I would love to sit with any one of you, like one-on-one. And then if you are interested on, and you have a service where you can actually scale it, my good friend Bjorn, he runs Lead Hero, which is an amazing company for lead generation and scaling businesses on Autopilot as well. So if you make it here, this is where you get to automate, scale, and hopefully relax on the beach with a really cool business. So this is it for me, and let me know if you have any questions.